Good evening, and thanks for joining us here at KRDO News Channel 13 at 5. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Lauren Barnes. We begin by taking a live look outside at Ferracita. Skies there, some pretty clouds. Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Nick Carter is tracking the potential for severe weather, though, for the second night in a row. Nick, how's it looking?
Well, Lauren, it's really turning nasty in extreme southeastern Colorado as we expected. First, we take a look at how things are doing over Pueblo County. This is on the east side of Pueblo. Scary looking skies, but the air is pretty dry just to the west, so no real rain touching to the ground, but still some very, very gusty winds. But there is a severe thunderstorm not too far away from this area, and we're going to show it to you. Look at this line of storms. Very interesting radar picture right now. This is over Lincoln County. This band of barely traceable rain is actually what we call an outflow boundary. These storms producing 60-mile-per-hour winds for Otero, Kiowa, and Bent and Crowley counties. So those areas are under severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30. Skies just looking kind of scary east of Colorado Springs, but we're not expecting anything at this time. But we are expecting those storms to become a little nastier as they move into areas with greater moisture. So for Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties over the eastern plains, that could turn into something really scary. Temperatures right now still in the mid-90s on the plains. We're at 84 degrees here in Colorado Springs, and the winds are out of the south at 8. What we're expecting is, again, a little bit of thunder still possible, gusty winds, and a hot day for tomorrow, Sunday. We'll have more details with our Storm Tracker 13 forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Nick, thank you. Our top story tonight, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation has issued an Amber Alert for a boy missing from Aurora. The Aurora Police Department says 12-year-old Liam Sweezy was picked up by his mother, Nikki Sweezy, on Friday and has not been seen since then. Liam has brown hair and brown eyes. He's 5'5", weighs about 134 pounds. Police say he was last seen wearing a green shirt and green shorts. Aurora police say the mother is homeless but has ties to Colorado Springs. She drives a blue 2010 Honda Fit with Colorado license plates. The number's on your screen, BVV 937. If you see them, please call 911.
One man's in custody tonight after police say he hit an officer with his car.
Then police say that man came back and tried to do it again. KRDO News Channel 13's Julia Donovan is live where it all happened at Spectrum Loop and Voyager Parkway. Julia.
Yeah, police say it all started when an officer spotted a reckless driver while he was here doing traffic control around 6:30 last night. Investigators say the officer pulled the car over. Then the driver started running toward him, so he tased him, but the man got away. And in the midst of it all, knocked the officer down with the side of his car. A short time later, we're told the suspect, 56-year-old Robert Alexander, came back in another car and tried hitting all of the police officers who were then responding to the scene. We're told police were able to stop the car this time, tase the man again, and arrest him. Now, as for that officer who was hit, he was brought to the hospital, and we're trying to figure out exactly what his current condition is. We'll give you another update as soon as we learn more. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, I'm Julia Donovan, KRDO News Channel 13.
Thank you, Julia. 7 people are dead after a major crash on Highway 40 yesterday. The State Patrol worked well into the night at the scene of a head-on collision between the towns of Kit Carson and Lyman.
The highway is shut down. Unfortunately, this accident has 7 fatalities. It was a head-on collision. The highway will be closed for approximately 3 to 4 hours.
Investigators say a westbound Ford pickup truck had just passed a semi and was still in the eastbound lanes when it crashed head-on with another pickup truck. The Ford burst into flames, killing all 4 people inside. 3 people in the second pickup also died. A 4th was airlifted to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Now to the latest coronavirus numbers in our area. El Paso County has had 2,296 cases to date. There is 1 new death since yesterday. Pueblo County is seeing 6 new cases since yesterday. There are no new deaths there. Teller County's numbers are the same. Statewide, there have been more than 32,000 cases and 1,482 people have died from COVID-19 in Colorado. And nationally, the United States has surpassed the grim milestone of 125,000 deaths as a result of COVID-19. 125,169 people have died, according to a Johns Hopkins University tally. And there's a disturbing new trend doctors are seeing across the country. ABC's Karina Mitchell has the details.
As the U.S. marks a new daily record of diagnosed coronavirus cases, 11 states now pausing their reopening plans. Florida, particularly hard hit, seeing an increase Friday of more than 9,000 cases in a single day. Governor Ron DeSantis trying to downplay the spike, not mandating masks statewide.
And we're going to trust people to make good decisions.
Still, Floridians out of luck if they want to visit a bar. The governor now shutting them down again. In Texas, a similar situation. Governor Greg Abbott, in an interview with the ABC station in El Paso, admitting, quote, in hindsight, the state reopened too quickly.
Bars is a type of setting that's not made for a pandemic.
Restaurant capacity is now being scaled back and elective surgery suspended as hospitalizations surge. ICU units at capacity.
Seeing people die because of it, and I'll be honest, I'm scared to death.
This virus is out of control in Houston. If we don't act to get it under control, very bad, extremely bad things will happen.
Businesses getting hit.
You know, we were hoping it would turn around by May, but now that everything is going in the wrong direction, it doesn't look like we're going to be over this anytime soon.
And in California, doctors seeing an alarming new trend.
Typically, though, what we are seeing as compared to early in the pandemic, we are seeing more younger patients than older patients.
But at the first White House coronavirus task force briefing in almost 2 months, Vice President Pence defending the president's recent rally in Arizona with thousands of college students.
And even in a health crisis, the American people don't forfeit our constitutional rights.
Dr. Anthony Fauci instead delivering a wake-up call, saying more people will die.
If we want to end this outbreak, we've got to realize that we are part of the process.
Meanwhile, in New York and New Jersey, confirmed cases continue to subside. New Jersey announcing plans to reopen schools this fall, and New York City on track for Phase 3 reopening July 6. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
The Drake power plant is coming down. Yesterday, Colorado Springs Utilities officially announced the shutdown of the coal plant more than a decade sooner than originally planned. This comes after public debate over the closure of the plant that opened almost a century ago. The board voted 7-2 to put the new plan in action, which will close the Drake power plant before 2023 and close others as well, saying coal is not as clean as wind and solar energy. The utilities board initially voted to shut the plant down in 2035, but partly due to the shrinking cost of renewables, they're able to speed up that process. Coming up on KRDO News Channel 13, a tragic accident pushes local fire officials to issue an urgent warning about water safety ahead of the 4th of July.
And protests today in 3 separate cities will explain what kind of change activists are now calling for.